What is up, everyone? I say everyone, but it's probably like 3 people who actually watch these videos, but it's all good. Cool. So let's talk about seizing the opportunity. I've kind of realised that whenever there's something that I know that either will be beneficial or it's just good to do anyway, if I really can't be asked to go to this thing or do this thing, I kind of realised that actually just going to this thing or doing this thing usually will lead to good outcomes. And I've started to realise this because if there's like a social event happening or whatever, and I just you know, in the moment, I'm just like, before I do this thing, I'm thinking, I just don't want to go to this event, you know? We had like a bowling thing, like a work event, and, you know, before that I was like, yes, this will be, you know, fine, I'll accept it. And then when I, you know, just before work finished, I was like, do I actually want to do this thing? Because it was all the way in Camden. And I was just like, F it, let's just all go to it. And it was just a good night, you know, I just met new people. But even other things, like, we had like a team breakfast thing one day. And, I mean, this literally ruined me, because I had to wake up. It was before work started, an hour early, so we had to get there by 8 o'clock. I'm not saying I'm lazy, but I'm pretty lazy, I'll be honest. And I was just like, I can't be asked to do this. I just did it. Like, I got a really early train, and it actually ended up being, you know, good. And it doesn't have to be amazing, whatever you do, right? It can still just be like, if you're like, oh, okay, I'm glad I went, then that's enough. And that's kind of what I'm trying to get at regarding just seizing the opportunity. So, oh, pardon me, sorry. Yeah, so whenever you feel like you just can't be asked to do it, I mean, just do it. Because you never know what could come out of these situations that, you know, you see yourself in. And some people have a thing called FOMO, which is something called fear of missing out. And that could be a part of it as well. I'm not sure I have that. But yeah, so I kind of explained the whole video, to be honest with you, so I could just end it here, but we gotta, you know, put more content out. So let me see my notes. So why do people miss opportunities? So the examples I've given have mainly been like kind of social opportunities, but it can even be something like, I mean, even the job I have right now, I almost just didn't even accept the contracts, to be honest with you. And it's a good job, but I was just like, I just don't know, man. I feel like I might not do good in it, or I might just not vibe with it. And then I left it really last minute, actually. And I mean, it got to a stage where my brother was like, yeah, like, you're an idiot if you don't accept this job. So yeah, I mean, so far, I guess I'm glad I've accepted it so far. You never know, it could change, right? But, boom. So yeah, exactly. So why do people kind of miss these opportunities? So it could be failure, so fear of failure, from stepping out of your comfort zone. It could be overthinking, and, you know, we're human, right? It could also just be not really recognising opportunities when they arise, just due to like a lack of awareness or preparation. So in terms of most people, I haven't really got data to back this up, but I presume most people, when they miss out on opportunities, or not even about missing out, but just seizing opportunities, I reckon it is kind of a mixture of laziness and just thinking that you're not going to do good. And I genuinely think the laziness is just to do with like social activities. But when it comes to like, you know, opportunities that really could lead to big things, that's what I think is more so into the kind of fear of failure, or maybe fear of embarrassment or imposter syndrome. So it's kind of interesting, right? So in terms of kind of overcoming this kind of obstacle, I don't really know what to say. There's no real guidebook, I don't think, to this kind of stuff. I mean, there's probably tons of books, right? But it's just a matter of I really think it's a matter of having a few moments where you've come to a conclusion that if you did do this thing, then X could have happened, right? So you presume other people would have gone, they would have told you about what happened, and they would have told you what they probably gained from it. And as a result, you probably start thinking a bit like, oh shoot, I should have, gone to this. So I think it's really a matter of just having a few of those happen to you, and then you kind of get to a stage where like, you just need to just do it now. You need to plow through. And it's probably not the best way of doing it, right? But it's life, right? You kind of need to learn from kind of a bit of your failures. So that's kind of really it. Also, I want to talk about the importance of saying yes. So, I mean, when you've been given opportunities, I think obviously it's very dependent on what the opportunity is, right? If it's a dangerous thing, maybe obviously think about it, right? But for most things, if there's like a good opportunity for something, just say yes, right? Get in the habit of saying yes. You'd rather say yes and then kind of panic later, because you can always, I presume, cancel most things, right? I think that's kind of my problem, because I will say yes to most things and then I'll kind of bail out last minute, or have the thoughts of bailing out, which is not good. But if you're not saying yes in the first place, then you have no chance of even having these opportunities. So just whatever comes your way, depending on if it's good or bad, just try and say yes as much as possible, because it can open doors. And it might not just be like, you might do this thing and then you might not see the benefits straight away. But, over time, you might have seen, okay, I went to this thing, this person introduced me to this person, blah, 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 and now I'm doing this, that, whatever. So, just saying yes is super important. Obviously, having an optimistic mindset. And what else can I really say? Yeah, I don't know, that's pretty much it. So in terms of my life, I really want to start, I'm going to say yes to most things. I say that. It's kind of funny because, I did basically reject doing a qualification, which in the grand scheme of things, there's no harm in doing it, I don't think. But and now looking back, I don't really regret it. But it's just funny because I just done this video saying you say yes to everything, and I just said no to something at work, which is funny. But obviously assess your situation before you say yes or no. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna, apart from this little thing I just said right now about the qualification, definitely gonna still be open to saying yes to most things. And I just think it's good to do so, because there should be good stuff that comes out of most things, especially if you have a bit of nerves, just go through it, I guess, go through the motions. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. I'll see you next time. So take care and bye.